All right, bro. I saw the movie that everyone is talking about. I feel like it's the only movie that I see on my social media here lately. Saw Long Legs today.
Lucky.
I would say that you should go see it, but I don't think that your wife Emily would enjoy it very much.
Really?
Yeah, not and it's not even like a super jump scare movie. It's just
Hmm.
very like I could see where if you go to church, you will not like this movie. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay.
Like, not that you guys are very religious anyways, but like I just see where there could be some there could be some problem there. But other than that, the movie I thought was good. It was really dark though. Like it's a dark. I just feel like it's dark subject matter. But Nicolas Cage, I mean, we've been seeing everyone talk about, bro, he gives a performance. Almost like to the point where I just want to beat his ass because he's playing that so well. And it's kind of just like, what the fuck are you doing playing this creepy ass character so well? Um, yeah, I enjoyed it.
Nice. I mean, just hearing about the Nicolas Cage thing, because that's all we. You're right. That's all we keep on seeing on social media, as far as like how well he is and how creepy he is and whatever. But just hearing like just your little part saying, you would just beat his ass. That's great. Because the actors that can make you really feel that type of way, amazing villain already.
Yeah,
So nice.
yeah. Like I think of Joffrey, or
100%.
I think of Joffrey, and I think of what's his face, the one that was torturing Theon in Game of Thrones. He kept calling him
Ramsey.
Reek. What was his name? Ramsey
Ramsey.
Bolton. Yes.
Hmm.
I think of those type of people, and I just think like Nicolas Cage is doing such a good job. And the whole time I was telling Teresa, I was like, "Babe, this creepy ass motherfucker, bro. I would have fucking punched him in the face. Just creepy ass motherfucker." And then other performances were good in the movie too. What's the main star's name? The
Oh
female.
God.
I forgot. I had it on my head, dude. It may still be on my browser. I looked it up.
It's like Minka something, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Long
Because every single
legs.
time I see her name, I think about Minka Kelly.
Micah Monroe.
Oh, Micah. Oh, okay.
I assume that's how you say it. Micah Monroe. She did a great job too. And then the mom of her is Alicia Witt, which I guess she's been in movies before. She did a great job too. So um, I thought it was good, but I don't think you're gonna go see it just because I know Emily's not into scary movies.
Yeah, and it'll be weird for me to sit there by myself.
Yeah, I mean, and it's also one of those movies that's like it was good, but it's like, would I go see it a second? Like, I don't need to go see it a second time, you know?
Mhm.
But
That's fair.
I would say it was good. The hype is well deserved. I think people are overhyping it a little too much, saying it's like super scary. It's not super scary. It's more so just like it's like eerie, like creepy.
Just kind of gives you chills.
Yeah, it's just the whole time you're just like, ugh, like not in a super bad way, but it wasn't like jump scary. It was just like
Ah,
it was just eerie, like it was creepy.
gotcha. I told you, I think
Yeah.
that that little clip they showed as far as the main actress, her heart rate and everything like that during that
Yeah.
whole scene, I thought that was one of the most brilliant marketing clips I've ever seen. I'm not gonna say ever seen, but like out there lately. Because I mean
Oh, I
that's
agree.
genius to show you like how intense this would be, and just for the actress herself to know she's acting, but just for her to feel that emotion, feel her heart for real. Like what they say, like her normal like relax was like 78, and then it jumped up to like 170
Yeah.
something. It's like, bro,
Yeah.
holy crap.
And that was like her first time. That was like her first time
Yeah.
seeing him all in his makeup and stuff. No, dude, fucking Nicolas Cage, bro, creepy ass fucking dude. And in the movie, the first like act or two, like it takes a while before like you see him, but they don't really like uh they don't really like focus on him to where you see like a full picture. Because even the trailers, like
Hmm.
you kind of see that it's like you see him like from certain angles, but you don't really see him straight up. And then once you do see him straight up, it's like, ugh, like bro, like bro, he's doing too good of a job. But yeah, it was good. So episode 38, Lame Guys Podcast. I'm Mario.
I'm Vincent.
And what do you want to get into today, bro? We had the Captain America trailer drop. this week.
Thank
What was it? Was
God,
it
bro.
yesterday or today?
Today. Thank God. So
Today's
the time of
Friday.
this
So it was
recording
today?
is Friday. I know
I feel like I
typically
already
we
saw it.
record on Saturdays. Yeah, we typically record Saturdays, but going on vacay Saturday, so we had to record on Friday. So the time of this recording, the trailer dropped today. It was speculated that it was going to drop Thursday, but it dropped today nonetheless. But before we get into that, I want to get into this news. This one dropped. 2026 is going to be a stacked year when it comes to movies. Another one to add to the list is a childhood movie from my time, your time, obviously, and a lot of people's time. Shrek is returning to theaters, bro. Shrek 5 was announced and it's going to come out July 1st, 2026.
So excited. Shrek 4 was okay. It was decent. I don't know if you've seen Shrek 4.
I never saw Shrek 4.
But okay, did you see Shrek 3?
Mhm.
Okay. I felt like 3 and 4 it's definitely not as good as 1 and 2. 1 and 2, dude, I think is up there for best 1-2 punch duo in anything from original movie to sequel. Shrek 1 and 2 to me is up there for I for sure think best animated, best just in general. Best original film and sequel. It's got to be up there, dude.
I always try to go back. I always go back and forth of which one do I truly like more, 1 or 2, because they're both amazing. Like, yeah, like I always think, gosh, you can't take anything away from the first one, but that second one's so good. The
The
second one
sequel
is
is
so good.
amazing. The sequel's amazing. I think I still would pick the first one just because of it was the first one. And I've seen that movie so many times, but I would say the second one has more entertainment value. I feel like it's more entertaining, but I still the first one. If I had to pick between the two, I'd pick the first one, just because the first one is still so good and it doesn't have that much stuff in it compared
Yeah,
to the
that's true.
second. The second, you go to Hollywood, or it's like a spin off of Hollywood, and you just have a bunch of different people. Um, but the first one is so amazing. I think Donkey is the best animated sidekick that's in a movie.
So psychic. Now you're not just saying just like animal psychic. You're saying just a
I'm just
psychic to the
best
main
sidekick.
character.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
I think Donkey
Wow.
is the best one, especially on his performance of the first movie and second, Eddie Murphy. Dude,
Yeah.
Donkey is so funny in the first and second one. The third and fourth, really not that funny. I don't know what they do. It's like they kind of just like because the first one also was so good too because it has like adult jokes that now that we're older, we kind of see and like it's just funny for us. Um,
Yeah.
but the third and fourth, I don't know what happened with the third and fourth. It just was not that funny in my opinion.
So you're just hearing that? I don't even need to watch them. Or I don't need to watch the
Yeah,
fourth.
the fourth, I mean, I would assume it's gonna tie in somehow, some way. So I guess I would say watch it, but you really don't have to watch it, in my opinion.
Ah,
Like I could, like
sounds
off
good.
camera, I could just give you this the summary of what happens, and then. But Shrek Donkey is my favorite. I think he's my favorite animated sidekick for sure.
Nice. Now I'm curious. Well, two things I want to bring up. So they did an interview with Eddie Murphy a couple weeks ago, and he was promoting Beverly Hills Cop, the new
Mhm.
movie he has. But they talked about Shrek, and he brought up he's been doing recordings for Shrek for the past couple months, and everyone's like, "Holy crap, Shrek's coming back! Like this is legit confirmation that Shrek 5 is coming, is being made." And he was saying that they've already been recording for a couple months. So when everyone heard that, people are like, "Oh shit, this could possibly be something next year, maybe." It's crazy we have to wait 2 years until this movie comes out, and it's like, my gosh, like, okay, so typically, I feel like when it comes to the actors actually recording, they already have, animate like, at least a rough draft of animation already done so they can record over that. So it's like, goodness, how much more is going to take place? Or do they just think, "Okay, this is honestly going to be the best time to push this movie," or whatever, they'll be able to flesh this movie out, get all the details taken care of, and then they'll go ham when it comes to the marketing. I mean, no matter what, this movie's going to do very well because, like I said, it's a good IP. And I feel like Puss in Boots, The Last Wish or whatever, I enjoyed it.
A lot of people like that movie. Yeah, a lot of people
Yeah,
liked it.
I watched it for the first time on the cruise when we were all there and we were waiting for
Yeah, me too.
whatever we were waiting for. And
Mhm.
then we never finished because we ended up leaving the deck. And then whenever me and Emily came home, I finished the movie. I was like, I need to
Oh,
know how
really?
it ends. It was good. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I've only seen bits and pieces, but I know a lot of people say that it was a really good movie.
The villain in that movie was great.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Shrek, dude. Shrek is huge. I knew eventually they were gonna make another one. It was more so the matter of, can you get all these big stars back to do their voices? In my opinion, like
Cameron,
that was
yeah,
probably the
Cameron
hardest.
Diaz,
Yep. Eddie Murphy. What's his
Mike
face? The guy who
Myers.
plays Shrek. Mike Myers. Yeah. So it was. I think it was just a matter of getting them all together. I think it was always going to happen. It was just a matter. I've seen even some people saying, "All right, I think maybe Eddie Murphy said it. I could be wrong, but that there eventually is going to be a donkey movie."
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. He did make that comment during that interview saying that yeah, he's also going to get his own movie, and it's like wow, I wonder how that's going to
Yeah.
go.
See, if it's donkey like Shrek 1 and 2, where the jokes that he makes, I think, bro, that would hit so well. But like I said, 3 and 4, donkey is really not that funny.
Yeah.
So when I say that donkey is the best side character, I'm going based off the first and second movie.
Hmm. But
But I don't know
overall,
how anyone doesn't like Shrek, bro. I love Shrek. It is a little bit. It's not Disney though, for sure.
oh no, bro, DreamWorks was able to take
Yeah,
care of that one.
like it's a kid movie. I mean, but it has like adult like jokes in it. Like when I look back on it, bro. Like one that comes to mind, for example, is when Pinocchio was wearing a thong, and whenever he's like, "Say you're wearing ladies' underwear," and he's like, "I'm wearing ladies' underwear," and his nose doesn't grow, and so then the gingerbread man pulls his thong, and I just thought like, bro, that wouldn't fly today with how sensitive everybody is.
I guess yeah. Well, who knows, bro? It's 2024. They may accept it. They may
Maybe
accept it.
that's just one thing. Like, there's other things that are in the movies that I feel like are a little adultish, but I mean, shit, my daughter watches it. She loves Shrek.
We've introduced it to ours, but I just don't think it resonate that well right now.
Mm.
Eventually, it will.
But yeah, I'm excited either way for Shrek 5.
Oh, most definitely, yeah. But sticking with as far as like I mentioned the movies in 2026 because the movies are pretty much stacked. So this is from Discussing Film. I saw this tweet off Discussing Film saying movies already set for the release of 2026. We have Shrek 5, Avengers 5, Toy Story 5, The Batman Part 2, Jordan Peele's next movie, doesn't have a title, but it's his next movie. Dune Messiah is rumored to be released in 2026.
I see that getting pushed
Uh,
back.
yeah. The live action Moana movie, Mandalorian and Grogu, Super Mario Brothers 2, and The Hunger Games Sunrise on the Reaping.
Yeah, it's stacked year, bro. I mean, hopefully we don't get a lot of pushbacks on some of those. Well, out of all of those, which one are you most hyped for? I think I know the answer, but
I'm just looking at Avengers and Batman.
yeah, I was gonna say for me, I honestly, you saying Dune, I just feel like that's such a quick turnaround. I don't see it happening in 2026. I just feel like it's such a quick turnaround. I would see that 2027. So my most looking forward to would be the Batman.
Yeah, I mean, who knows what's going to happen with that movie? Honestly,
Yeah,
we've heard
that won't be
nothing.
because I watched it back when I was on vacation as well, and I just think it's such a good movie, dude.
Oh yeah,
It's long
the
and
Batman's
it
good.
has pieces that could be it's long and it has pieces that could be cut out, but I just think that Robert Pattinson's Batman is so good.
Yeah, with that whole dark, brooding detective and everything like that. Still, like
Mhm.
what year? I don't know about year one, but maybe year two. He's
Yeah,
still
it's
trying to
like
figure
year
out his
2, right?
ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed it. So with this one, with part two, you know, he's obviously going to have a little more wisdom under him. So we'll see him a little more fleshed out Batman, and he'll probably turn that trying not to be Bruce Wayne too much, wanting to be Batman. He'll try to flip it to where he's going to play the whole role of Batman, being where Bruce Wayne's the mask, bro. He has to
Yeah.
put on that whole facade.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
we'll see how that goes.
that's probably my most looking forward to 2026.
The one I'm also going to be curious for is Toy Story 5. They don't need it, but Toy Story is a big IP that continues to make money and they continue
Yeah.
to make great stories. So I guess they're just going to continue with the movies.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's also one of those I would be more excited to see Shrek 5 than I would be to see the next Toy Story.
Shrek 5, Avengers 5, and Toy Story 5. That's insane. But yeah, like I said, 2026 is going to be pretty stacked. I can't wait to see all those movies. But yeah, I mean, Dune, like you said earlier, Dune's probably going to be the one that gets pushed back.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Going back to a topic you brought up earlier, we got the Captain America Brave New World trailer today. It was supposed to be a teaser, but I mean, it was pretty much a good trailer.
Yeah, I feel like it was a legit trailer. For me, it showed a lot.
Yeah, it showed a lot. So, I mean, first overall thoughts, what do you think of the brand new trailer?
I thought the trailer looks great. I mean, it still hasn't swayed my opinion. I'm not trying to be Mr. Negative, but I don't think that a lot of people are going to go see this movie. I don't think it's going to do very well successfully in the box office, just because I think that a lot of people are not going to be fans of Sam Wilson as Captain America. But to me, the trailer looks great. I'm going to be there to watch the movie. We got to see Harrison Ford as what's his face? I'm super bad with names.
Thunderbolt Ross.
Yes, Agent Ross. Um,
Well,
looks great.
President Ross.
President Ross looks great. Didn't skip a beat. Like I maybe because I already knew Harrison Ford was there, but I wasn't like, wow, Harrison Ford looks out of place. Like, motherfucker looks like he fits in right in, bro.
Yeah. And they even
So
made that
I
little
thought,
comment.
yeah, he said you look different or something, right?
Yeah, he
Sam
said, I
did.
just still can't get used to you without your mustache.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he looks great. We got a little clip. It's like a little piece of him as Red Hulk. Which,
Yes.
bro, I was surprised they showed that if this is supposed to be like a teaser trailer.
Yeah, me
Which,
and Marco
I mean, granted,
discussed
we
it.
all knew it was going to be there.
Yeah, it was another worst kept secret just because we also had those McDonald's Happy Meals toys release the Red Hulk toy
Yeah.
part of the Happy Meal. So that was a worst kept secret. But leading up to the trailer, when we all thought it was going to be released Thursday, me and Marco discussed it, saying like, "Do you think they're going to show a Red Hulk?" And Marco was like, "I hope they don't." Or he goes, "Why? If you want to leave stuff to the surprises, like, and don't do it for your first trailer." And sure enough, they for real showed us they showed us Red Hulk in this first trailer or teaser.
But do you think that is because they are trying their hardest to make sure people come watch this movie?
Okay, good point. Because that's another thing. I'm pretty sure I said to Marco, if I'm not mistaken, to where I was just like, but if people are still going to be on edge as far as accepting this is the new Captain America, screw it, let them see it, bro. Be like, hey, guess what we have in here? We have Red Hulk in this mug now.
I look at that as, okay, bro, we got to throw out a bunch of stops. Like, this is our first trailer. It's got to go out with a bang. We got to get people excited to see this movie.
And yeah, I mean, it did its job for me. The first beginning of the beginning of the trailer, I thought to myself, damn, Kevin Feige went on the stage at CinemaCon and said that they're trying to make this, tone it back to like Winter Soldier type feel. And in my opinion, I was like, yeah, this first half of the trailer, if they would never would have said the name Captain America, I'd been like, oh, this is a spy movie. This is like some, like some US agency movie or something like that. But then obviously they get into the whole Marvel stuff. But still, nonetheless, I was like, oh, bro, yeah, I feel it.
Yeah, I thought Sam looks great in the trailer. I think it's cool, this new take on Captain America. I still wish he took the super soldier serum. I get it. I get why he didn't. Just fine. But I just feel like with Cap, how badass fucking Steve Rogers Captain America was. Like, I just hope it's the same. Like, you knew fist to fist combat. Like, if you're talking about straight up fist, bro, Captain America is not to be fucked with. And a lot of that is because he has a super soldier serum. So
Yep.
I hope that this one with Sam having the wings, I guess I'm sure it off balances it and makes it like he's more powerful. But yeah, I'm excited. But like I said, I mean, I'm not trying to be negative. I still think a lot of people are not going to go see this movie.
I think word of mouth is definitely going to play a big part in this one. And I'm pretty sure I said it last time on here, but as far as like with those reshoots they did and everything like that, and with Marvel knowing, Kevin Feige knowing that people have been speculating or they have been like eerie about this movie, have been saying, I don't know if this movie's going to hit. I don't know if the general audience accepts Sam as the new captain yet. I'm pretty sure with those reshoots and everything like that, and how long they've pushed this movie back, they're going to try their damnedest to make sure this movie is great.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they're gonna try. I don't think it's gonna work. I mean, like I said, I'm not trying to be. I'm gonna go see the movie. I'm gonna do my part to contribute to this Marvel movie. But I think a lot of people are not gonna go see it. Even word of mouth thing. And what's so annoying too is all these movies come out on streaming right away, bro. You know there's gonna be some people
Oh,
that'll
yeah.
say, I'll watch it when it's on Disney Plus. I'll watch it when it's on streaming.
Yeah, I mean, streaming is pretty clutch, but not for movies like this.
Yeah, well, and it used to be, dude, that for you to see a movie, you either had to watch it in theaters or you were gonna wait like fucking 4, 5, 6 months before you're able to see this shit on TV, on streaming, on DVD. Now, bro, it feels like it's not, and I could totally see people. I mean, we saw it when we worked at Costco. A lot of people would just say, "Oh, I'll wait for it to come on streaming." I could totally see people saying that for this movie.
Yep. Yep, 100%.
And and
Especially for those
and if
that
it
lost faith in Marvel too.
Yep. And if it doesn't do well box office, they'll put it out even quicker on streaming.
Yeah, that's true too.
I don't know. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it does well. I hope it hits $1 billion and then I look stupid. But I just don't think it's going to.
Big question though. So you brought it up that Steve Rogers took the super soldier serum, right?
Yes.
That man could throw hands. He was holding his own against Thanos, you know? He was
Yeah, bro.
throwing hands with Winter Soldier.
I love Steve. Yeah.
Yeah. What is Sam going to do against Red Hulk?
Bro, that's what I'm fucking saying. That's what I'm saying. I prefer him to take the super soldier serum personally. I get why his character didn't, like it was this whole story in the show, but I feel like a true Captain America with how Steve Rogers was, bro, you have to take super soldier serum. The stuff that Steve Rogers was doing was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. So like, I mean, but Sam has wings, so I mean, I guess shit. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he can just fly away from Red Hulk.
So how about this? What if? Because you see Isaiah in the movie, right? Or in the trailer, right?
And he kind of, I think he goes off.
He goes off, tries to kill the president, tries to kill Ross or whatever. What if? Because I know Isaiah, was had like a suit or something like that in comics, if I'm not mistaken. Those listening may correct me if I'm wrong, but what if Red Hulk is fighting Isaiah?
Yeah,
not saying that Isaiah is going to be able to like go toe to toe like this, but I'm saying as far as the super soldier serum, because Isaiah did take it in the past.
Yeah.
So trailer's just misleading.
Yeah, it is. I don't know, dude. I don't know how they're gonna do it. Me personally, I feel like it worked better if he has a super soldier serum, but he doesn't. So we'll see how they tie it in together. I mean, I just think like him even throwing the shield, like Cap threw that shield, bro. That shield would take your fucking head off if you were in the way of Cap throwing his shield. How is like that would be like me and you taking the shield and throwing it. That shit is not going to be the same as Cap. You know what I'm saying? Like
No.
his best advantage, I guess, would be like flying and getting at a faster speed than throwing it.
Yeah,
I would assume. But like, I just think like him throwing it is not going to have the same oomph that Steve Rogers had.
You know what I thought about? I watched the trailer a couple of times at work, and then even when I got home, I was watching the trailer again because I was like, "What am I missing? What am I missing? Like details, Easter eggs, whatever." And then I thought about the same thing, and that's where I thought about the question as far as like, what is Sam going to do about this? And then I thought when Hulk gets the shield and chunks it into the ground and it sticks in the ground, I thought Sam ain't getting it back,
bro. Like,
how is he going to?
I feel like Steve would just do, or I feel like we've seen it plenty of times where Steve throws it, bro, and that shit could go in the ground. That shit could, the velocity that he throws that with, bro, it's taking my head off. Like it's taking somebody's head off. I don't know how Sam is gonna do that if Sam is just a normal ass dude.
I have no idea. Maybe there's something we don't know, bro. Yeah, we'll find out in February.
Yeah. So
overall, trailer was good. I'm excited.
Trailer was great. Yeah. I don't even know how much more you could show in other trailers.
I'm sure there's a lot more, but they could
without
also
showing the whole movie.
Yeah, movie's still 7 months away, so it's just like they showed this movie a little early, but you can play that same teaser for at least another 2-3 months.
Yeah, that's true.
You could just release another poster in 2 months or something like that. I mean, the poster with Hulk holding the shield, clean, bro. Honestly,
yeah, I agree.
Beautiful poster. I liked it a lot.
I agree.
Um, but I wanted to bring this up to you. I saw another tweet saying on the MCU. I saw this tweet saying the wasted potential villains in the MCU, and it lists characters like, Gore from Love and Thunder, Ultron, Ghost, the Mandarin from Iron Man 3,
Okay.
MODOK, um, um, gosh, what's her name? From the Marvels. Barden, right?
Oh,
Was there Barden?
yes, I think so.
They even put Mysterio on this list. Oh, and Taskmaster.
Okay.
But
So like, are they
see,
ranked or they're just like
these just
worst
say
villains?
wasted potential villains in the MCU. So, but that started me had me thinking. What are some of the worst villains in the MCU in your opinion?
What's his face from Iron Man 2? What was his name again?
Whiplash.
No, or was it Iron Man 3? I think it was the Mandarin, the Mandarin.
Mm.
The Mandarin, I told you, I said it, I think I've said it on this podcast, and I've told you like outside. Bro, he was so scary. His speeches that he was giving, like as a terrorist, like phenomenal. It had me like, holy shit, how have I not seen this villain like throughout the MCU? And then when they tied it all, and then obviously you see what happens, and he's just an actor, and then he ties into Shang-Chi. I just think I looked at it and I thought, what the fuck? I was like, why did they just do this whole 180 on this character? I think that could have been great. Um, the villain from the Marvels, yeah, was whatever. And I also thought the Thor 2 villain, the elf, what's his fucking name again?
That's how memorable he was, bro.
Oh, well, you said it, didn't you?
Did I?
You said it was in
Malekith
your
or something
list.
like that, right?
Yeah, something Malachi. Yeah, like they
Malekith,
built him up that
something.
he
I
was
don't know.
like this super ancient villain, that this elf that fought this big old war, and then whenever he got there and fought, it was just super underwhelming.
Yeah.
And then Ultron for me did not hit like it did for you. So I think Ultron would be the number one wasted potential.
Wasted potential, but you also put him as the worst villain.
Oh, I wouldn't put him as the worst, but he definitely has the most wasted potential, especially with what we saw in What If.
About how OP he was in What If.
Yeah, like the way they did in the movie. Yeah, wasted potential for sure. But I wouldn't say he's the worst villain. I don't know who's the worst villain. I think there's a bunch that could be made arguments for who's the worst villain.
I think they did MODOK dirty in Quantum Mania.
Yeah, they did. That's true.
Did you play the Avengers video game?
I did not.
So he was obviously the main villain inside the Avengers video game. Very well done, at least in my opinion. The game obviously isn't very well perceived, as it
That's why I
perceived,
didn't
is that
play
the
it.
right word?
Yeah, that's why I didn't play it. A lot of people said it sucked.
Yeah. So I played it. Story, I like the story. Gameplay, it was fun. There's a lot of stuff where I thought, bro, Captain America could do this. If I'm Hulk, how come I can't do those type of things? Story was still good overall. MODOK in the game, I thought he was great. I thought he was really cool. So me not knowing too many details about MODOK, I've seen some animated stuff. Then playing the video game, I had high hopes. And then Quantum Mania came out, and I was like, what the hell is this? What the hell is this MODOK character?
They did do, yeah, they did do a little dirty.
I think of that one. You're right, Mandarin. That was a wasted type potential. I don't know if I'll say it's the worst villain, but
Yeah, I don't think I'd
potential.
say it was the worst, just because he was good throughout the movie. It was just the way they did it at the end. You find out he's not the real villain.
He's an actor.
Yeah, he's not. He's not that. He's just he's having his strings pulled.
And then from the Marvels, Barden. Is it? What's her name? Is that her name?
Bro, if you're asking me, you're asking the wrong fucking person. I'm the worst guy with names. I don't know, but yes, the lady. Yes, she is not. She's not great.
Yeah, I mean, that's Tom Hiddleston's wife.
Yes,
she did good for what she was given, but the character itself, unmemorable.
Yeah, and
it just
I don't really think that's her
poorly
fault
executed.
too.
No,
yeah, I don't really think that was her fault. It was just the movie overall. I felt like wasn't that good either. Like it felt rushed, and I think that's just she felt victim to the movie.
I don't know, bro. I like the Marvels. The Marvels was fun. Kamala was great in it, bro.
It was okay. Not a big fan.
You need to hurry. You need to go ahead and just get out of the way, bro. Rip the Band-Aid off so we can rank rank our phase 3, bro.
Bro, once you told me that Captain Marvel was before, I have not watched it since. Dead ass.
I know
I
you
was I was on a full rewatching the whole Marvel, and once you told me it was, I've not gone back to it.
bro. Every single time I go to my notes on my iPhone, I always see the ranked stuff, the ranked
Yeah.
MCU, and I'm like, we're never going to finish this.
What
I'm like, we're
we
never
can still
going to
rank it.
finish.
It's just gonna be last for me. It's just
No, bro,
because
I need an
I've seen them
honest
all.
opinion on it.
I've seen them all. It's just gonna be last for me. But yeah, I mean, I think uh when I'll say this, when Captain America Brave New World comes out, I'll have watched it by then. That way we can rank the phases.
All right, bro. So for those listening who've been waiting
Because that's
for
a
our
for real
ranking for phase
MCU.
3,
That's
you
a
got to
for
wait
real
7 months.
MCU. That's a for real MCU movie. I wouldn't say Deadpool. Deadpool's coming into the MCU, but I wouldn't say Deadpool coming out has us rank phase 3. But I would say
Good.
Captain America for sure is the one. So
Fair enough, bro.
but
Fair
yeah,
enough.
as far as worst villains, I mean, yeah, I mean, I feel like there's a few that are like, but I wouldn't say there's any that are so awful. Wasted potential. We didn't even say Christian Bale's character had wasted potential in Love
Gore's
and
on that
Thunder.
list. Yeah, Gore is definitely on this tweet.
Yeah, wasted. We talk about wasted potential, bro. He could have been so good if they made it more serious, like an actual Thor movie, not some stupid. Like the whole movie feels stupid. If they would have really gave him his time, bro, he could have done so good.
Yeah, bro. So seeing the original design for Gore of what he looks like in the comics, I thought, bro, cool. Put Christian Bale either in the makeup and everything like that, or CGI his face, or whatever. Mocap his ass, whatever. I don't care. Do it. They went with a different approach. You can clearly see it's Christian Bale in the face. Whatever, cool. Just give me a good villain. Wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And then it didn't help that the movie. I personally didn't like the movie at all. So,
Yep.
Do we want to get into some WWE?
WWE, yeah. We had one of the big returns that we were talking about. We had Mommy Rhea. Okay, let me ask you this.
All right.
The return had good reactions. A lot of people, crowd felt hyped. Twitter was hyped. Should this return have happened at a pay-per-view like SummerSlam?
Yep.
I agree. I felt like it just being on a random Raw kind of took away a little bit of the reaction that we could have gotten, because we said we felt like the reaction was going to be huge, and I felt like if you would have done that at a stadium, like they're going to do the Cleveland Browns Stadium for SummerSlam, the reaction would have just been so much more.
Yeah, I agree.
But nonetheless, I mean, I'm happy she's back. I just feel like, dude, you're bringing her back on a Raw now. I mean, one would assume that's because we're getting Roman returning at SummerSlam. So maybe they don't want 2 back-to-back like that, and they probably need Rhea to wrestle at SummerSlam. So
yeah, I was talking to Deontay about it today, saying, or we were talking about like our thoughts on Rhea's return and what's going to happen with her and Liv and everything like that. I don't know, bro. I feel like there's some good feuds that can last a little bit, and I feel like this one can pass SummerSlam. I feel like it can have 2 matches, one at SummerSlam and one at Bad Blood.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's a one-off, dude. With what Liv has done to the Judgment Day, she's infiltrated the Judgment Day. She's got Dom. Dom was dumb. I mean, do you consider? I mean, that's cheating. I mean, he fully fed into this one, actually. Like the other ones, he's kind of, they've been an accident and stuff, but this one, he was about to do it. And then Rhea came out.
Okay, so let me ask you this:
with what she has done, it's definitely going to be more than one match for sure.
Dom's a stronger man than me. He's lasted this long.
I would have folded the first. I would have folded the first reaction, the first interaction.
Yeah, if we were in Dom's shoes, we're not. So because we married, we happily married.
Yeah,
but if we were in this man's shoes, I would have folded. You just said it yourself, so If we were in those positions, we would have folded. But we're not. So we would have stayed strong. Being us. But if we were Dom, we would have folded. But this man stayed pretty well off all this way.
Yeah.
But I definitely see.
I thought you were going to ask me something. Were you going to ask me if I fold or what? You said you had a question.
I think I was going to end up asking, how long would it have taken you to fold? But I just kind of worded it a little different. My bad.
Oh, okay.
But going back to the Liv and Rhea matches and everything like that, and going to Bad Blood, I kind of see it playing out to where if they run in at SummerSlam, big match, obviously, great. I can see Liv retaining there, but almost because Dom's going to mess it up or something like that, get in the way unintentionally. She's going to kind of like get lucky with it. Then they're going to run it all the way to October because that's when Bad Blood is going to be, right?
I think so. So is there not a show in September?
I don't think so.
Yeah. I think I'm trying to think after SummerSlam. Oh no. When is Bash at the Berlin? Is that September?
Let me look it up while we talk about it. Okay, because if that's the case, then never mind. They can end up doing that unless you just don't put them on the card. But
I personally think they make it to Bad Blood.
Bash in Berlin 2024 August. Okay, damn.
Oh, okay. So it's right after SummerSlam then.
Wow.
So maybe there's not one in September. That's weird.
Bro, SummerSlam is August 3rd and Bash in Berlin is August 31st. There's 2 in August.
Well, I mean, they've been doing it every 3 weeks. So I was surprised.
WWE Bad Blood 2024 is for October 5th.
Oh, so it's early. So yeah, they probably won't do a show in September. It'll just be early October. Personally, I think it's also lasting until Bad Blood. Bad Blood is where you have personal rivalries, bust out the Hell in a Cell sometimes. Yeah. I think that is a rivalry that will be at Bad Blood. And I agree. I think Liv is retaining. I think Liv may retain 1 or 2 times. I don't think that Rhea is getting the title right away. And I think because the reason she's going to retain at SummerSlam is because Dom is going to actually help her win. I don't think it's going to be an accident. I think he's going to actually help her win. I don't think it's going to be like all the accidents that we've been seeing. I think he's going to actually turn on her. And that will give us the big face reaction that we are going to get for Rhea Ripley. And then she will 100% be a good guy.
She's in that Roman status where she's a heel, but she is one of the most loved heels.
Yeah, and I think now she's at a point where you just have to turn her good. And I think she's going to be a good guy. And how do you turn her good? You have to have that type of thing happen. Because Judgment Day is still like they're heels, but Damien's kind of a good guy. Rhea's now kind of a good guy. So you need something to happen like the Judgment Day turning on Damien and Dom turning on Rhea.
Yeah. Damn.
So yeah, I don't think it's gonna be an accident. I think Dom is gonna actually turn on Rhea.
Okay.
Especially if she's being cold to him. Especially if she's being cold to him and she's not taking him back fully and Liv's over here still teasing him, still telling him, doing what she's doing. So
yeah, she's gonna continue to gift this man with chicken tendies.
Yep. So that would have got me right there, bro.
Chicken tendies.
So yeah, I just felt like the return could have been at SummerSlam, but I get why they need her for SummerSlam. Whatever. Other than that, though, I'm happy she's back. It feels like we're finally getting the roster back full. We got Seth Rollins back. We got Rhea back. Now we just need that one more, bro. We just need that one more. We need Roman Reigns, bro. We need Roman Reigns. He's got to come stop Solo.
So we got the news that at least I sent to you that Jimmy Uso is now being medically cleared. And then we got the news that Roman is set to return around SummerSlam. So, yes, coming up, obviously, which we kind of felt like it was going to happen. So, cool. So, it's going to be around SummerSlam or it will be at SummerSlam?
I think it's going to be at SummerSlam.
So, you pointed out something that I wanted to bring it up, and you pointed out and you made a very good point. With the Rhea's return on a regular Monday Night Raw, it could have been more. You're right. At a stadium, at an arena, like a big arena, something like that, at a pay-per-view where the hype level is just through the roof. So, the crowd every SmackDown saying, "We want Roman, we want Roman, we want Roman." I just think, I don't think so. You could bring Jimmy out tonight for this SmackDown. I thought, Jimmy, come out, perfect. This will be yours. You're just not going to get that response like Roman, but you still will get a reaction. You will get a pop. For Roman, I just don't see them bringing him out for a SmackDown, unless you're at a big, I don't know,
like MSG or something.
MSG or yes, exactly. But I'm pretty sure they just went to MSG not too long ago.
Yeah, they were just there.
So it's just like that's the only way I could have I could have predicted it happening. But as of right now, it's not going to happen until SummerSlam. You're right.
I think it's happening at SummerSlam, and I wouldn't be surprised if Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns return together and they cause Solo to lose the match to Cody Rhodes.
Okay, so I have a couple questions I was going to ask you, and you read my mind. I was going to ask you, how do we get Roman to return? And when I say that, I mean, like, he's already going to be a face. Everyone knows that. Like, that's like, we're just already predicting that. But as I said earlier with Rhea, he was a heel that was just loved. He could do some heel shit and everyone just loved it no matter what. So when he comes back as a face, how well do you think that's going to work? So how do we get him to make that return? Like, is it to just be a 100% face, back to the way WWE kind of wanted him to be in the beginning? Or is he going to come back, take out this bloodline, but still kind of do whatever the hell he wants because he's still the top dog? You know what I mean?
I've said it before.
How do you
that
book
I think Roman Reigns is past being just a goody two shoes good guy. He will never be a John Cena good guy ever again. He is always going to be. I tested to like Randy Orton. Randy Orton is a good guy, but you see him RKO another good guy, you think it's Randy Orton. He does whatever the fuck he wants. Roman Reigns is going to be that type of good guy where he can do whatever he wants and it's going to get a good reaction, and he will be a good guy because he's going against the bloodline. But I don't think he's ever going to be like goody two shoes, hyping up the crowd. I think that's over that, especially if he keeps the tribal chief
persona,
the character. Yeah. Like that,
Yeah.
that is done with. For me, I would probably book it. Solo and Cody are fighting at SummerSlam. Ref gets knocked out, like happens every pay-per-view. Bloodline comes out, beating the F out of Cody Rhodes, and you hear the microphone, "Ladies and gentlemen," and then the crowd is going to go ballistic because it's Paul Heyman. And then he's going to bring out his tribal chief, and Roman Reigns is going to come out. And I would say that Roman Reigns would show up and still be a bad guy and still challenge Solo. But I think because of what they did to Paul Heyman, now he doesn't even care. He's going to come and check Solo and check the whole bloodline. So I think it's fine. And he comes out, takes out the bloodline, spears Solo. Cody gets a dub. He didn't do it for Cody. He did it for Paul Heyman.
Yep. That was going to be my next
thing. That's how I would book it.
No, it's perfect, because that was literally going to be my next question as well, saying, how does Paul return? And when he returns, do you think he's going to be the one to say, look, when I was with you, basically, he kept on saying, like, have you talked, I haven't spoken to Roman. I haven't been able to get a hold of him and all this stuff. And then when Solo was like, I spoke to him, it always shocked Paul. Mm-hmm. And he was always saying, you don't need to talk to him. I spoke to him. Don't worry, Paul. You don't need to bother him. Don't need to bother him. I could see Paul coming back saying, I finally made a call or something like that. And then that's when, the boom, his whole music hits, crowd goes ballistic. So it was going to be like, do you think Paul would be the one to bring Roman out? Or do you think, Paul shows up 1 week on a SmackDown and then Roman comes out at SummerSlam, or do you see that introduction of, the tribal chief or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think Paul Heyman coming out at SummerSlam and introducing Roman Reigns will get a pop like no other, bro. So I think they both come back at SummerSlam. Or you could do it like how I thought it was going to happen originally. I thought originally, remember I said I thought the Judgment Day or Bloodline was finally going to be done with Paul Heyman and they're about to beat him up. Then Roman's music hits. Maybe Paul Heyman comes out at SummerSlam, tries to cost Solo, about to beat him up, then Roman's music hits. Maybe that's the way they do it. I would like it if they're beating up Cody Rhodes, and when heels are beating the heck out of the good guy, and then the crowd almost gets silent a little bit. Like you can feel it on the TV a little bit. Like it's just there's like a silence. Like there's a like everyone's breath is out. Like they're just watching. Then you hear Paul Heyman talk. Then he introduces Solo. I think, bro, that would get a crazy pop because it's even going to be bigger now because of what they did to Paul Heyman. Now, even Paul Heyman returning is going to get a huge pop.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that's how I would do it. We need Roman back, bro. We need Roman back. Now, another thing I'm worried about, though, is we're over here talking about Roman coming back, taking the tribal chief thing. Does it take away aura from Solo Sikoa if Roman just comes back and beats him the first time?
Yep.
Does WWE do that? Like their full investment now is Solo. Solo is going to be the one that's going to be there for years to come. Roman, I mean, who knows how much longer he's in the game, but he's only part-time right now pretty much. He's not going to be here 5 years or so. Like he's not going to be the one carrying WWE. Like Solo's committed, Solo's young, he's going to be here for a long time. I'm worried that they're going to bring Roman back and Roman is going to put Solo over and Solo's going to win.
Watch your mouth, bro. we can't be saying that into the universe, bro.
I'm worried because it takes away all the aura that Solo was building because I've said it, people need to start putting respect on Solo. And now they have like this mob mentality. Like now they all look like mobsters almost. Like today I was watching this segment. Tama Tonga looks clean as fuck. Jacob Fatu is just an animal. Like you just can't control him. But all of them look like a mob almost. And he's got this aura now to him. Like he's got this bad guy, like mobster type aura. And if Roman Reigns just comes and takes it all away right then and there, then I mean, what do you even do for Solo? How does he come back from that? Like, so I'm worried that they're gonna bring back Roman and he's gonna lose because I think if I'm looking at the future, that's the right move. But if I'm looking at what I want in the now, Roman should obviously come back and take out this bloodline and win. And that could still happen at WrestleMania. Like that could still, or at Survivor Series. Like we could still have War Games and the OG bloodline takes out the new bloodline. But I don't know. I think you need to be careful about how you do it with Solo because he has the most to lose here.
Yeah. No, you're right. I didn't even think about that as far as like what does that do for him and his aura. You're right. I didn't even think about that.
Yep. Like so I don't know. I'd be so like I could see it like this. Roman comes back, has a match with Solo, whatever pay-per-view it's at, Bad Blood, let's say. I could see Roman losing that one because the bloodline helps. Bloodline 2.0 helps Solo. And then that's when he's got to get his OG members to be like, bro, I can't do this by myself. You'll have to come help me. And then by the time we get to Survivor Series, that's when we get the OG bloodline versus Bloodline 2.0.
So I'm really loving this, bro. Because the conversations lead up to everything I have written down. And that's another thing I had written down is how do you get Jimmy and Jay to be on the same, like see eye to eye? And how do you get Jay to see eye to eye with Roman with everything that's happened in the past? So we can have the bloodline war, war games, the bloodline civil war. How do we get there? How does WWE start planting the seeds to, to bring that, to light? And you're right. If Roman loses, I didn't even think about it like that. But if Roman lost and he's like, me and Jimmy can't do this alone. Like we can't, we have to, we have to get the family back. Okay. Start planting those seeds. I think a nice seed just right now, just a very simple seed. Everything that's happening on SmackDown. When Raw comes on and they show the replays of let's take it back of what happened on SmackDown. When they're done with that replay, show Jimmy backstage watching and just shaking his head. Like he's just not happy with what's happening on SmackDown. He's not happy with what's happening with this bloodline. Just something simple. And then everyone's like, hey, what are you doing? He goes, nothing, just nothing. But that's a small seed. That's a very small seed. And you can just build from that.
Well, this past Raw, Michael Cole mentioned it during Jay's match. I don't know if you caught that, but when Jay was fighting Chad Gable, Michael Cole mentioned the craziness that's happening on SmackDown, how they can't control Solo, and what happened at Money in the Bank with the Bloodline. He mentioned it during Jay's match.
Yeah.
I
No,
think,
you're right.
and yes, I agree that those are great. That's a great little teases there. I think they should have had an interaction at Money in the Bank. They were on the same show. How do they
Yeah.
not have? They had an interaction at Backlash because they were on the same show. They should have had an interaction at Money in the Bank, and you just keep that little planted seed. Like, they're looking at Jay, like letting him know, like, yeah, bro, like we see you, we're watching you. And Jay's like there, he can't really do anything about it. Like they should have planted that seed too. But yeah, you're right. They need to start planting the seeds. I think when Jay sees Jimmy and Roman getting their asses whooped every week on SmackDown, I think no matter what has happened, he's gonna be like, that's my brother. Roman's their, he's not their blood brother, but basically he's their brother. I
He's a
think he'll
oos.
come and he'll save the day either way. And then they'll just put the past behind them. But I think Solo's gonna get to a point where they just have to put their differences aside, and they have to team up to take him down.
Another thing I want to bring up. Okay, so they all get eye to eye, right? They all come together. Are they going to make it a point that this is a one-time thing? Because we have to get this family under control again. That's with all three of them, Jimmy, Jay, and Roman. They all acknowledge we have to get this under control. This can't be the image for our family. Like, yeah, we're dominant, showing that our Samoan family is dominant, but this isn't the way we operate. So would this be a one-off thing? Do they continue to be a team? And if so, what the hell are they going to be called? Are they going to go back to being the Bloodline 1, Bloodline 2? And then,
No.
like, is like, are they just going to be Roman and the Usos? What's the name going to be? Like, I'm trying to think about all
No,
this
I
different
don't
stuff.
think they'll stay. I think they'll just team up to take down this Bloodline 2.0. And then I think we will see the end of the Bloodline. Like that will be the legit final thing, because I don't see if everything happens the way we and Twitter and TikTok assume that everything's going to happen. We are eventually going to get Bloodline Civil War at War Games. Eventually we're going to get Roman and Rock. Then I don't see a way once that's over that any type of Bloodline stays a faction, in my opinion.
So then the Bloodline 2.0 just goes all as single factions or single competitors?
Like I think at the end of this, whenever we have Roman and The Rock, and whenever Roman, if he beats The Rock or whoever, like the only way I could see it continuing is if the bad guy wins. But I think if we get what we think, and Roman gets it done, he takes out this new Bloodline, I think that's the end. But I think everyone goes on their separate paths, and I think you just hope at that point everyone's established enough that they can just be solo people. I don't know. I just look at it like, okay, let's say the OG bloodline stops the new bloodline. You think the new bloodline just is going to stay a faction, and they're just going to be walking around even though they just lost to the OG bloodline to prove that they're not the real blood? Like they're just going to stay fat. Like to me that doesn't work. But
Yeah.
who knows? I don't know. I've seen rumors now. Survivor Series looking like it's going to be in California. Who's a popular figure that is in California a lot? Could that be because The Rock wants to make an appearance and maybe cost the OG bloodline, and then that's when they unravel everything, that he's actually pulling the string? I don't know. Part of me's not happy if it's going to be in California, just because I know it's going to be so expensive, and imagine a hotel and a flight, and it'd be so pricey. But I just feel like at this point we're so invested. Like to say you were there would just be insane.
It really would be insane. You're right. California will be so expensive, bro. We were talking about like, gosh, bro, better not be any of these big cities, because then you're right. It's going to be fucking expensive. We were talking about the last podcast. What if it's in New York and everything like that? God damn. Off subject, but staying as far as California being expensive. I even saw a report today saying that Comic-Con told, so SDCC, San Diego Comic-Con, told Cali, I think they're only going to try to stay with, like, I guess they have a contract or something like that. They're only going to try to stay with them up until 2026. And then after that, they may leave, because apparently the hotel rates, and I could be 100% wrong,
so high,
but the hotel rates are so high, people aren't even going, or people aren't going to want to go because it's so expensive. Because obviously hotels know Comic-Con's coming. So there's going to be thousands of people showing up to California, San Diego, just for this one event. So it's just like, God damn, bro. Like, no one's going to want to do stuff anymore because all these damn, prices for everything is so expensive. And that's what me and you were talking about. It's just like, a WWE event. That should be the biggest thing that we have to pay for, not a hotel. Trying to think, God damn, now how much should we have to save for a hotel because they know everyone's going to come in town.
Yep, bro. I think it's gonna be so expensive if it's in California, dude. It is going to be so expensive. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it'll be as expensive as WrestleMania in Las Vegas, but
No.
I think it's going to be pricey. I think it being in California alone almost doubles the price of if it was in somewhere else.
Yep. Hey, forget about getting food at that damn arena, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna have to find a Walmart close by and fucking buy ramen noodles and fucking just try to do it that way. Like, bro, I just think it's gonna be ridiculously expensive. I saw on Reddit, because I looked it up on Reddit. First off, too, we talk about us going to Survivor Series so much on this podcast. I feel like we almost have to now because, like, if people actually do listen this far in, they're probably thinking, God damn, these motherfuckers are talking about Survivor Series again, like going in, like. So I feel like at this point we have to, because I feel like we talk about it every episode. But on Reddit they were saying that because Dana, WWE, UFC, like they're merged now, like as one.
TKO.
Dana said that they are planning on doing events where WWE has a pay-per-view on a Sunday and UFC has an event on a Saturday. But apparently they have a deal that they have to do 5 shows in Anaheim or something like that. And so people think it's going to be in Anaheim, California. Either way, it's still California. It's still going to be fucking expensive. So I don't know. We'll see. I think though the Bloodline, yeah, bro. I see the Bloodline story going all the way to WrestleMania. I think it ends with Roman and The Rock.
Yeah.
So whether it's at this WrestleMania, whether it's at another WrestleMania, but I think the story ends with Roman and The Rock. And depending on who wins that'll decide, I think, if the Bloodline stays a faction, if we get any type of Bloodline faction.
Yeah.
But I mean, bro, this story has gone on since like 2021.
2020 with Roman coming back, right? Didn't he come back 2020? Thunderdome?
I thought he came back 2021. I could be wrong, but 2021 still also was Thunderdome, I thought.
It was.
So, I mean, you're thinking if you get to next WrestleMania, that's 2025. Story's gone on for 4 or 5 years. Like, at some point, eventually, we are going to have no more Bloodline faction. So, I think it ends with Roman and The Rock.
Bruh, that's what you think.
I mean, yeah, I know there's so many, and there could be Bloodline story for forever.
More, bro. There's so many more Samoans out there, bro.
Yeah, I think it'll end with The Rock and Roman, but I'm loving Solo, bro. I'm loving this new Bloodline 2.0, the viciousness that they have. Like they just don't care, bro. We saw them attack DIY tonight. They attacked Cody and Randy. Like they put Randy to so yeah, bro. I'm loving this new viciousness that we had. I thought Jimmy was gonna return.
Yeah, so did I. I just kept thinking, hit his music, bro.
Does he return at SummerSlam with Roman?
Maybe.
Because he also got beat up by this new Bloodline. He got beat up by Solo and he got beat up by Tama Tonga. So maybe he shows up with Roman and they take out the new Bloodline.
I'm trying to think, would he show up at that SmackDown prior? Or, like you said, does he just show up at SummerSlam?
Maybe he just walks out with Roman. And then, I mean, technically, he also gets a huge reaction.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, bro. There's so much to do. But right now, the biggest storylines I feel like that are in wrestling are the Bloodline and Judgment Day's whole thing with Liv.
Rightfully so.
Yeah. So we'll see how it ends up at SummerSlam. But anything else?
No, to be honest, I mean, I had that whole thing of questions and we knocked them all out. So
great. All right. Oh, cool. We'll be back next week. We'll actually be in studio. No more StreamYard for hopefully a while.
Yeah. Like I said, this one's just had be a little different because going on vacay.
No, yeah, of course. So, all right, guys. We'll see you next week.
All right. Later, guys.